Hello and welcome. My name is Dene and I am a channel medium. Being a channel medium doesn't mean that I have to sit in trance. It simply means that I can sit in trance, but I also can receive direct messages or I can hear my guides and just relay the information to you. So the message that I have today that the Divine wants me to bring forward for you is that we have broken the barrier to a new frequency, a new ability to create. So I have been asking what we must do to remain within that frequency. And Spirit brought me the answer. And what they said is that in order to remain in this new frequency, we must learn to be willing to give an exchange, an energetic exchange for all that we do, all that others do for us. There must be an exchange. There must be a response of equal and proportionate value in order for what is being put out to be created, to come into actual reality. We must have a constant and consistent flow in order to maintain this frequency. Because this frequency is about balance. Okay? It is about living in a state of balance where we have compassion and understanding, equality, fairness. Okay? And if we are too much in one or the other, it is not a healthy way to be. If we are sitting quite often too much in the light, we might find ourselves as believing we are righteous. If we are sitting too much in the denseness, we might find ourselves being materialistic. But if we are sitting in the balance of those energy, we are being able to live within the denseness of humanity and the lightness of divinity. And together, that creates unity. But in order for that to be created, there must be a balance. There must be an exchange. There must be a constant and consistent flow. So if you are someone that gives all the time and never receives, you're not going to be able to stay in the new frequency because you have to be balanced. And the same thing. If you take, you're not going to be able to be in that new frequency because it must be balanced. There must be an equal balance within that frequency. It is love-led, heart-led. And remember, within our heart energy, we feel all things. And if we did not feel sadness, we would not know joy. And the same. So we still will experience those things, but not in the same capacity, I guess, so that they're not as overwhelming. So an overwhelmingness of sadness. And in order for you to really be successful and joyful within this new frequency, you must be willing to flow. You must be willing to exchange. You must be willing to be you. You must be willing to stand in your truth. You must be willing to be who you are. So those that are, let's say, in the closet with who they are, for not a better term of it. So let's say, for example, you dabble in spirituality. You believe in spirituality, but you certainly don't let anybody else know you're living a lie on the outside world. You will not get into the new frequency of creation. How can you, when you do not respect yourself enough to love yourself, to operate through the heart energy? Loving yourself is the frequency of this new creation. And when we love ourselves, it is not a selfish love. It is an all-encompassing love. It is allowing that love to spill out into others so that we give in the purity of love. And when we give in the purity of love, we receive that back because the other person on that frequency is in that same purity of love. And they are doing the same thing. They are just giving back. So it is a constant. So if you are not able to give or to receive, if you do not love yourself, if you do not respect yourself, if you do not own your truth for who you are, guess what? You're not moving into that new frequency. I don't care how hard you work at it. It's an inside job. And they have been telling me this for a very long time. It's an inside job. Nobody else can pull you along and get you there. They can stay behind with you if they so choose, but they cannot pull you with them. You must choose that frequency. You must choose yourself. You must choose to love yourself. You must choose to own yourself. You must choose to honor yourself. Because within that honor, you will respect others. That is the frequency that is here waiting for us. And it's our choice. Whether we will make that decision. And there's no right or wrong decision. But if you want to be in that frequency, you must make the decision. If you don't, that's okay. You stay exactly where you are. You do exactly what you're doing. You can be wherever you want to be. But the message that I am told to bring today is that to be in this frequency of the new energy, the new frequency, the ability to be able to cross into that, you must honor yourself. You must respect yourself. You must own who you are without apology. This is who I am. I have bad days. I have good days. I love myself because I'm moving through this experience. It doesn't mean you're not going to have a bad day. You're still going to lose people. You're going to be sad about that. It's part of life here. Might fall down, hurt your leg. There's all kinds of things like this, right? That happen to us that we just have to accept. But Spirit wanted me to tell you to move into this new frequency, you must love yourself. You must be willing to have an exchange. You must be willing to be open, to be honest, to be truthful, to own who you are, and accepting others for their truth, not judging them because it doesn't match what you expect. We're talking about total acceptance through love. And when we accept that, you are not going to have those that are acting out within that frequency. It's not going to happen because people are loved. Are they going to be sad when, they lose something or something? Of course. Still going to have emotion. That's what this planet is about, is the experience. But the experience will be lived through the heart, through a love-led life. Okay, that's all I can say about that. I feel like I'm preaching, and Spirit is saying sometimes you have to, because people need to hear things over and over again before it registers and before they really understand it and before they believe that they are worthy. Because you are worthy. If you're here, you're seeing this, your soul guided you here. You wouldn't be here if you weren't somehow a match. You may have a little bit of work to do to stay, but this is saying that you can do that. All right. Thank you for listening, beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all that you do in your energy exchanges here for me. And until next time, please remember to always let love be your guide.